Hello, my name's Iona.
I'm Sharon, and she's Frankie.
She's Frankie. Sorry, I was a bit behind. I did this new... You know when I cut my fringe and I used clippers and I accidentally severed my left eyebrow?
Not personally.
So then today I decided to maybe actually make the most of the fringe. Since I don't really like my face with a fringe.
Yeah, I think fringes are quite harsh.
I think I sacrificed this eyebrow in vain. This eyebrow is growing back now, and it looks really good and really groomed, so I'm tempted to do the same to this one. Sorry.
This is what I deal with.
And I was worried about the shower fountain. Putting that on camera.
Oh my gosh, if you're new to this channel, stick around.
Oh yeah.
This is our channel where we talk about our sewing challenges and our
forgot about
food
the
challenges
introduction bit, sorry.
that we set for ourselves and each other. So in today's video, we usually start with an agenda so that at least these people know what's going on, and then you catch up as we go. So
I was ahead last week.
Yeah, okay. We had dinner.
Or maybe I was behind from the week before.
I don't know where you are. We've had dinner. So last week we grew some dinner challenges. We've had that dinner. We normally talk about sewing challenges and progress we've made on sewing stuff during the week. I say normally because I'm looking at her dummy over there and it's empty, naked, blank.
I have a dressmaker's dummy there, so she's pointing there, not here.
Well, yeah, but it's wearing black and anyway.
I realise that.
Dummy
It's an unfortunate cause.
Yes, I don't think there's been much sewing progress going on here.
No, because I got distracted by this book.
Okay. Well, that will be agenda item number, I don't know. And then we'll draw some challenges for next week.
Did you say the agenda or did you just give up?
I'm trying to get there. So last week for dinner,
It's the same every week.
Would you be quiet? For last week for dinner, I drew a starter of Heavenly Creatures, which is a movie based on a real life murder in Christchurch in the 1950s. But I got really hung up on the heavenly part of it, and I wanted something white and fluffy for clouds because heaven is in the clouds. So we ended up with bread and butter and fancy cheeses and some salami, because then that would be devils on horseback, not angels on horseback, because angels on horseback are oysters. I googled quite a bit. So that's what we had for starter. And we've got some Earthworks wine because Earthworks seem to fit with the theme the most.
Because they used to...
Oh. Yes. Yeah. So, and that's what we had for our starter.
Where did that brick come from?
I don't know. It's probably in what's filling up your head. What did you do for main?
I wanted to say something about the goat cheese thing. That was so delicious. Goat cheese and truffle dip.
It was nice.
Well done. Yes, very good.
We went a bit bougie because we're in heaven. And then we had main, which was...
Oh, my main. I drew the theme of create an outfit for the year 2055, which is obviously a fashion challenge. So then I thought, oh, okay, what are we going to have in 2055? So I first thought that you and I are going to be pushing 80, so maybe I should just do a whole bunch of purees. And then I thought maybe I'll do everything that's char grilled because the whole planet is going to incinerate. And then Jack said, no, actually it's going to flood first because the polar caps are going to melt. So I made fish with a seaweed salad, which actually turned out okay. It was just a bit problematic because the seaweed that New World said they have in store, they didn't. So I used some seaweed snacks, and when you marinate them in a dressing, they come out quite nicely. And crispy rice, but I accidentally bought brown rice instead of white rice, but that turned out all right.
It was good.
It was my first try of crispy rice. I've been wanting to try that for a long time because it looks really good on the internet. It's kind of good. It didn't feel so much. I thought it might actually feel like eating gravel if you do it wrong, but it was
good. And then the winner of dinner tonight was Jack, who plays along with the dinner challenges. He drew dessert. And the theme was Jimmy Buffett, which is, to be fair, in the challenge bag a bunch because he put a whole bunch in there. But he made it key lime pie.
I know.
Which is insane. Well, it's not insane. It's just very...
He's a 25-year-old shift worker and he made a key lime pie from scratch. So he did the basics today and he did the filling today and he
There is a fun feature that he's taught us about though. So on New World, you
Yes.
can look at the recipe and then go add to cart, and it puts all the ingredients in your cart. And it doesn't do substitutions well though. So
no, when they there's a disconnect between that little feature and the online shopping people. So when they substituted digestives, they, instead of changing the brand, they changed them to chocolate digestives, which doesn't work. So
but still, I mean,
so we have chocolate digestives in the pantry now.
Well, they go well in tea. You can dunk them in tea. Oh,
do they?
Yeah. Now all I want is a rainy Sunday so that we can have tea and
why do you make a pot of tea now?
No, because I want to do my sewing with my biscuits and my tea.
Oh.
Which is a nice transition, actually, to
sewing. Where I had all of my sewing, all of the bits sitting at the table all week, and then I got distracted by this. So Jack's studying history at university, and he's come across two really compelling books on New Zealand history, particularly Māori land wars, which was the topic he was writing about. So I've been distracted. My sewing is all around there, and I've been reading about
And I've disappointingly, so I haven't done much sewing this week either. I have been doing Me Made May, which is actually doing my head in. We're not even halfway through, so tomorrow will be over halfway through. I have almost run out of casual clothes to put on the grid. I've got 2 more tracksuits to go, and they're not even nice tracksuits, and then I'm out.
So you're going to have to dress like me for the office?
I mean, the office is fine. It's working from home that's the problem.
Why don't you just pop on an evening dress?
To work from home?
Yes. You're only working from home. Put it on for 10 minutes, take a photo, boom, done.
Oh, okay. Well, so what I thought
it's about, I thought
I had learnt about my wardrobe from doing Me Made May is that I didn't have enough casual clothes to wear. So then I thought, I'd just make more tracksuits and that will be fine. But then actually what I have since decided is I've got plenty of tracksuits. I just don't have enough to take a photo of a different one every day for a month.
No, well,
which is fine. But then I think I decided that I've got enough clothes in my wardrobe, so it's ruined my motivation for sewing a little bit. But I have started on that blazer, and I'm trying to make a proper blazer. It's got the collars, it's got the vents and the arm panelly vent things.
Oh gosh, I hate those. Yes.
Yeah, and
I hate doing them.
I haven't got that far yet because I've got stuck on. So I've done the welt pockets for the bottom.
Yep.
That I still need to do. There's a flap that goes over the pocket.
Oh yeah.
The pattern piece has been on my desk all week, so I've learned that clapper is also a word for flap, because in the pattern piece it's got in different languages. So I've been learning different languages. I've pinned the flaps together, but I've not for some because I want to do slow proper sewing. So I don't know if that's why I just haven't quite had the motivation to actually sew anything. So I've got to finish the welt pockets, and then there's a breast welt pocket to do as well. And then I keep thinking, after that it's easy, but it's not easy because there's the collar and there's the back vents, and then I've got that to do.
And then tricky, yeah.
I have also a pink bomber jacket that I've worn once this year, and I didn't like the cuffs or the waistband, and I have in my stash some pink ribbing, and I was like, okay, so I can fix that because I like the bomber jacket enough to be bothered fixing it. So I've chopped off the cuffs and I've topped off most of the waistband. And then I thought, right, I just need to fashion the cuffs and the waistband. And I was trying to work out how to do it. And I was trying to work out the maths and like working out the sizes of the pieces that I need. I went, wait a minute, I've got patterns all over there. I'll just find a pattern that I can use. And then I was like, okay, well, if I get these pieces on this pattern, I made the bomber jacket, so I've got the pattern. Yeah. I just need to, so I'm overthinking things a bit. So,
I've had the, my next project, I want to patchwork those 2 pairs of pants with the remnants of the tweed, and I've been going back and forth with the way that I want to do it, because that tweed could arguably be a really good candidate for just sticking the pieces together and zigzagging instead of overlocking, so that the frayed edges are exposed on the... But it could also make a really fragile garment. So I've been humming and hawing. It's not that I've been doing nothing. There's a thinking bit that goes along with patchworking.
I'm doing thinking bit too, but that was that jacket. I was a little bit ashamed when I realised that actually I'm overthinking this because the pattern pieces.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I've done that though with my yellow bomber jacket. I drafted the pockets, and then looked at the pattern and realised that the pattern actually had pockets.
Yeah.
But I've gotten so lax about reading instructions. I just cut out the bits that I think I need, and then I can zip zap everything together, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except for the last one, the one that I made with the tweed jacket. But as it happens, reading the instructions was not that helpful. Because the bit that I had trouble with was putting in a lining,
which is an
that pattern isn't lined. That's why there was a problem. So
I also think when you read the instructions, if you read the instructions and they don't make sense, reading them again doesn't help. They don't make sense. But then I'm thinking maybe they would make sense. I've just gone, they don't make sense. But then this whole bomber jacket thought process, maybe if I just left it for a little bit, it would make sense eventually. But so that's kind of my plans for the next week or two, is to finish this bomber jacket, my blazer. Finish my blazer, and I still want it to be done nicely. And then I've got about 3 things that I want to do little modifications on. So the bomber jacket, my grey jacket, I just want to change the domes because for some reason, I'm so sick of domes on this jacket, but with the hood domes and the upper collar ones, I use different size domes, which means I can't dome them together, and I think it would be better if I could dome them together, because when I have the top bit done up and the hood bit done up, and I don't have the hood on, so it's hanging, it kind of chokes me a little bit. So I want to be able to just attach the hood to the side pieces, and then it's job done. But I do love that jacket. I wear it quite a bit. And then my black cropped blazer, when I'm looking at it on the hanger, the sleeves are a bit bunched up, so I think the lining is just too, like the way I've sewn it together, the lining is just a bit too short. So I might just take the time to unpick that and make it all nice and flat, because that's where my brain's at.
You and your cat's going to be very busy. I just have to decide what I want to. Yes, I've been sitting poised with the scissors and the board and about to cut, and then I keep going. But do I want it to be striped or do I want it to be squares? Because you really have to make that decision beforehand, and then it all depends on. 2 pairs of pants will make maybe about 6 stripes of a certain width, and so then I haven't been doing nothing. I've been thinking. I just haven't made any decisions. And then I got distracted by this book, which highly recommend, especially for anyone who went through high school at the same years as I did, because there's a lot of information there that we just weren't privy to. So sorry.
No, that's okay. There's no price on that, so we can't. Anyway, it's fine.
It's a
sewing,
penguin. So
sewing wise, we haven't done a lot this week.
Oh. No,
that's okay. We can draw dinner challenges for next week. We need to do Jack's as well.
Yes, the bag's over there.
Yeah.
What is wrong with me today? I just started this new thing where, in the change of seasons, I start to get a little bit clicky in the joints. So I get out, every time I get up from anywhere, I have to stretch like an old cat. I just,
and then you stand in the dark hallway and go, where am I? What am I doing?
Yes, I do. See. But fortunately, Jack has noise-cancelling headphones, so he doesn't necessarily hear that. I love you. Where am I? Oh, I got mine again.
Okay, this one is for Jack.
Oh God, that was so stressful this week.
Jack got starter.
I actually made something quite edible though. The worst bit was the fish, but that's the only bit I wasn't really responsible for. So.
And I got dessert. Jack got starter, I got dessert.
Oh. Uh-oh. I put a whole bunch of new ones in there. I went through the Met Gala website and I put all the themes in there.
Jack got steampunk for a starter.
Oh! I got... Oh, it's my handwriting too, so I only have myself to blame.
Oh no, it's Iona's handwriting.
Oh no. Long. Why do you always say that for me? Both of you do that.
Because...
Is this Jack's one or yours?
This is my one for dessert. Go to paintful...
Oh no.
What? This is why, because I can't read the writing.
Oh my god, we have to go to paintball. Go to paintball, design based on that experience.
Oh, a dessert based on paintball.
Yeah.
Who'd you go to paintball?
What is what that says?
I don't know if you know what paintball is, but okay.
Paintball, I'm going to suffer.
What did you get for me?
I got Mick Jagger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, on the bright side, if it sucks, I can just claim I did it. Can't get satisfaction.
Can't get.
You might be very hungry. Can't get no satisfaction. What did Jack get?
It's steampunk.
Oh, yes. Did we all get my handwriting this week?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
I am being very good. I was sober when I had the pen last time.
Doesn't help, does it?
So, Mick Jagger, Maine. Oh.
Oh, I thought you had that bulldog clip, but it's your ring. The bulldog.
I don't think I'd want to eat dinner with Mick Jagger.
I don't think he eats dinner. I think he does drugs. Okay, so...
He's got like 8 children or something.
So...
Rolling
we're
Stones.
She's going to be talking about Mick Jagger and for the next 30 minutes.
I could burn stuff and then it would be rock hard.
So that is it from us today.
Brown sugar.
We will catch you again next week. We might have some content next week.
Wild horses?
We might end this conversation. Yeah, so we'll leave everyone
like
here.
no satisfaction.
I'm not even going to try it. Normally we wind this up about 3 or 4 times because this happens. And we're just going to go unedited. This is it. I'm not editing anything.
Oh,
it's
no.
going out. You have to
Okay.
Okay.
Dancing in the streets. I could do roadkill.
See you later, bye. This is what we're doing with bye.